Hey everyone, welcome back to Clay&Color. Today I'm really excited to share something special with you. A pottery jar that I made on the wheel. It's not perfect, but I love it. And I appreciate what the imperfection has taught me. So this is the final piece. Not perfect, but not bad at all for my second piece on the wheel. What matters most to me is the process. We learn by doing and by making mistakes. So today I want to share 3 mistakes that I made while making this jar and what they taught me. Mistake 1. Bubbles on the surface. You might notice these little bubbles all over the jar. I actually fired it 3 times. The first firing turned the clay into bisque, this chalky, porous state. The second firing was to set the underglaze, but after that I saw bubbles on the surface. Underglaze melts at high temperatures and hardens again as it cools. So I thought, why not fire it a 3rd time to try and melt the bubbles? And it worked. Most of them disappeared. A few are still there, but honestly, I don't mind. They add character to the piece. I think the bubbles were caused by moisture still trapped in the clay. I didn't let the piece dry completely before the first firing, so during the second firing, that leftover moisture tried to escape, but the underglaze had already sealed the surface, trapping the steam and causing bubbles. So the lesson is, always be patient and let your piece dry fully before the first firing. Mistake 2. The lid doesn't fit perfectly. That's because I made the jar and lid separately at different times. Big mistake. Clay shrinks as it dries and when it's fired, and if the lid and jar have different moisture levels, they shrink differently. Next time, I'll make them together to ensure a better fit. Mistake 3. Uneven bottom. The bottom isn't flat, that's because I trimmed it too thin, and when I pressed my signature stamp on the bottom, I didn't support it from underneath, so the whole base sank in. I was frustrated, but I didn't want to give up on this piece, so I repaired it using slip, which is just a liquid mix of clay and water. Slip works like clay glue. I patched the bottom, and instead of using the stamp again, I just signed my French name by hand. Sometimes you have to go with what feels safe. So even with those 3 big mistakes, the jar still turned out beautiful. It reminds me that life has a high tolerance for imperfection, and so does art. Every piece we make helps us grow, and the next one will be even better. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. And until then, keep creating and keep finding beauty in the imperfect. Bye!